We were in Maui several months ago, West Maui specifically, and it's a beautiful place. Unfortunately, like many beautiful places, it's being destroyed by a socialist takeover of the people, the economy, and the government. The fire that killed over 100 people in Lahaina was an absolute tragedy, and the people affected by that fire deserve our deepest sympathies, and I think they also deserve our help. But as socialists will tend to do, they have taken a situation where a reasonable, compassionate response was appropriate and turned it into a weapon to push forward their radical Marxist agenda. We stayed in a place called Papakia in West Maui, which is a beautiful little community comprised mostly of vacationers and a few residents. Papakia employs a relatively large number of local people who take meticulous and professional care of the grounds and manage this little community very, very well. Unfortunately, the powers that be are trying to use the Lahaina fire as a weapon to destroy this community. Specifically, they're trying to make it illegal to rent your property for less than an entire year. Now, this is a community which has been a vacation rental destination for decades. And they think that by eviscerating the rights of the owners in Papakia, they can turn this into a community of residences instead of vacationers. This is possibly the dumbest idea that I've ever run across, and I've run across some dumb ones. This is a prime beachfront property. The values of these tiny apartments are well north of $1 million each. In what universe do these properties become affordable to the people who keep the grounds and clean the houses in the development? Only in the magical universe where corrupt politicians in Maui confiscate half to three-quarters of the value of these properties through these draconian regulations, and even then, at $500,000 or three-quarters of a million, these places are not going to be affordable to the average service worker in Maui. The one thing that is absolutely certain is that the planned economic restructuring of this great little community will destroy the existing jobs and make Papakia look very much like the ugly, dangerous, and doomed nearby housing project. There will simply be no money to take care of Papakia, as there has been in the past. This proposal and others along the same lines are so preposterously self-destructive that it almost defies belief they're being seriously considered. At the root of this, and in many, many other dumb ideas on Maui, is the idea that any native Hawaiian is a treasured resident who needs to be taken care of. Once you have stuck somebody in that box of people that need to be taken care of, you have robbed them of their dignity, their purpose, and their humanity. What you get is an island on which car break-ins are now so common that the tourists have resorted to leaving their windows open and leaving fake belongings in the car for the natives to steal so their car windows aren't broken. You get a place where you see natives jumping fences to molest protective wildlife, a place where they're picking fruit and destroying trees, things like that. If a white person were caught doing these things, they'd be arrested. And the really sad part about all this is that I saw a decent number of people who were native to Maui and who were dignified, successful individuals. And I think if you were to approach these people and thank them for being a treasured resident, they would consider it to be a grave insult. And rightly so. These people don't feel they need to be treasured. They feel that we need to get out of their way so they can compete and win. But if the leaders in Maui have their way, these successful people, these successful native people will become fewer and fewer, as will the tourists, as Maui enters a death spiral from which there is no escape. I hope very much that this does not happen. It is a beautiful place. But right now, this is where Maui is going, and it's a damn shame.